big. Whoa! Hey, it's Danielle Bennett, also known as Diva Q, and today in the Traeger kitchen, I am making one of my favorite recipes. It's all about delicious, succulent, decadent, over-the-top mac and cheese. Yeah, lots of cheese. So much cheese. So really, mac and cheese, everybody's got their favorite recipes. This is one of mine. I'm gonna tell you, I am so OCD about what pasta you use for mac and cheese. I want the entire country to stop using macaroni for baked mac and cheese. And I want you all to flip over to my favorite pasta. This is called cavatappi. Sometimes it's called Scooby-Doo. The reason I think that this is the best pasta to use for mac and cheese, it traps the sauce. It's got ridges, it traps the sauce, and it's perfect for holding all that decadent deliciousness in there. This lovely big bowl of pasta, it's already been pre-cooked, and we haven't cooked it to the package specifications because we actually are going to finish this on the grill baking it. So this pasta has been cooked for about 6.5, 7 minutes. Because we're gonna finish it on the grill, we want it to give the time to actually soak up all that delicious sauce, but not become paste in your mouth. You should still have to use teeth with mac and cheese. So, lots of pasta, pre-cooked, ready to go. I've got some shredded cheese here ready to go, and a grill-proof buttered pan ready to go. But first, we gotta make a beautiful bechamel sauce. So we're gonna go to the grill, and we're gonna go to the induction cooktop on the Traeger. So we're gonna make a bechamel first. That is a mixture of a roux and a milk. So to start off, we gotta melt the flour and the butter together and cook it a bit, get all that pasty taste gone. So we're gonna do that first. So we're just waiting for that butter to melt. Now, once your butter is completely melted, and by the way, we're using unsalted butter because we're actually controlling the salt levels in the sauce ourselves. You're gonna add an all-purpose flour. What this does is comes together with that butter and makes an emulsion. And then we're gonna start adding lots of cheesy goodness to this. Now here's the thing, don't stop stirring. You don't leave, you don't check social media, you keep stirring this because you don't want it to burn, but you do want to cook off the flour raw flavor, okay? So as you can see, I'm still stirring. We're gonna cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes at least. The darker it goes, the more complex the flavor. So for mac and cheese, we don't really want a super dark color. So 2 to 3 minutes, let it bubble and keep whisking and keep whisking and keep whisking. Now the next ingredient we're gonna add while this is still whisking is something I like to add in. This is a little dry mustard powder. Adds a little bit of zip. All right, now it's time to whisk in the milk. Oh. And keep whisking. So you want this to come up to a nice bubbling simmer. That's really important because we want it hot enough to melt the Velveeta first and then into the additional cheeses. This is usually where you should have a cocktail. A little sip of wine, make yourself a little, I don't know, glass of something. Once you start getting that thickness going and those little surface bubbles start plopping out, it's time to add in your Velveeta. All right, sauce has completely melted down the Velveeta. It's nice and smooth. It's that lovely pale, kind of like orangey color now. And now it's time to add in those other cheeses. It's a cheese dance of happiness. And I like to add them in a handful at a time, give them a mix, and then add another handful. So we're gonna mix in this last little bit of hard cheese. Once that's done, you actually want to taste test it. See if it needs more salt, and of course add pepper. Different cheeses have different salt levels, so adjust accordingly. All right, so once you've got that, so you want to take a little taste test of that sauce. Now blow on it, because it will burn the hell out of your mouth. All right, so we only need a tiny little bit of salt in here. So we're gonna add in just a little bit of salt. And then I'm gonna add in some black pepper. Ugh. With both hands, bring this over. All right. Okay, give your arm a break, because honest to goodness, you're gonna need it after that. Get yourself a spatula. Get all that cheesy goodness off of there. As you can tell, it's a very thick sauce. We're not messing around here. When I want mac and cheese, I want mac and cheese. You should be able to taste the cheese. So, put that to the side. All right, you ready for this? Because this is gonna be some sexy mac and cheese pouring going on here. Ooh, no cheese left behind. I think I got about everything, yeah. All right, once you got that, it's time to mix. This was actually one of my kids' jobs when they were growing up, was mixing the cheese sauce into the macaroni. Put that over there, and put that over there. We're gonna move this very heavy tray up here now, okay? This is a buttered, grill-proof pan. And we're gonna get this massive bowl of mac and cheese in there. Now remember, mac and cheese is perfect for holidays, it's for family gatherings, it's for all the things. All right, so you've got that, you've got your pan. Now you wanna spread it all out. Once you get it all spread out, I want you to layer in more cheese, because you know, more cheese is more better. It's lovely and luscious and thick. Use a sharp cheddar or your favorite. Maybe even a pepper jack would work well on this. All right. We've got our mac and cheese just about ready. It's decadent. It's got all that cheese in it so far. But there's one more thing we've got to make. We're gonna go back to the induction and make a crispy panko buttery topping for it. Let's go. So I've got my pan heating up on the induction cooktop at the Traeger. I've got, of course, a little more butter, because why wouldn't you, okay? 4 tablespoons is all we need for this. Once again, unsalted butter. So we're gonna get this melted, and then we're gonna toast off some panko in that delicious butter. And we're gonna season it with salt, pepper, and some smoked paprika. So once your butter is melted, take your panko, unseasoned panko, and dump it in. Turn the induction down a little bit. Now, once again, don't stop stirring. These are gonna get toasty and brown, and you wanna do that for a couple of minutes first. Now, while it's toasting, I'm gonna add in just a touch of salt. I'm gonna add in a touch of black pepper. And because you're in my house, a little bit of smoked paprika, because I love it. And then you wanna stir until they're golden brown. Okay, so we're gonna pull them off, and we've got our delicious panko all toasted and looking beautiful. Lots of flavor in here. And this is where you want to grab a spoonful at a time and you want to sprinkle it all over. So you've got this buttery, crunchy bit at the top. You want your grill going about 350 degrees. Now, what kind of pellets should you use? Well, for me today, cherry's a really good choice. You could always pick hickory. I mean, it's really your house, but I love cherry with this. And make sure you distribute this equally. You don't want it all piled in the middle. So take your time. It's gonna be on the grill for 45 minutes to an hour until the top is nice and golden brown. The pasta takes on that wood-fired flavor from the grill, and it just makes everyday mac and cheese so much more special. All right, so there we go, everybody. This is now going to the grill. Ugh. So this weighs a lot, no joke. Ugh. And I might just have some that was done already. Ugh. It is bubbly and toasty goodness. It looks epic. A little bit of bubbly goodness going on. I love the fact that the different cheeses add different things to the flavor overall. The Velveeta gives it this silky creaminess. The Fontina and the smoked Gouda give it big punch. And then the sharp cheddar with the crispy, crunchy topping. It all comes together with basics: salt, pepper, and mild mustard powder. That's it. That little bit of butter, just a little bit of butter, and that wonderful milk come together to bring this delicious. All right, now let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes before you go digging into this. It is literally molten lava right now, and I don't want anybody to get hurt. So let it rest for a few minutes before you dig in. This 4-cheese mac and cheese might be the most decadent mac and cheese you ever make. And it's worth it, okay? So we're gonna dive right in here. Check this out, everybody. Whew. Oh. Look at that goodness, everybody. Smoking hot. There's so much cheese in here, it's ridiculous, okay? Oh, and that crispy, crunchy topping. I'll tell you right now, she who makes the mac and cheese gets to pick the bites she wants. So this is truly from my home to yours. Cavatappi pasta, lots and lots of cheese. Wood-fired smoked goodness, which adds a whole other layer. A little bit of buttery goodness. Lord help me. That is worth the gym time right there. It really is. So this 4-cheese mac and cheese might be the most decadent mac and cheese you ever have, and it is worth every single bite. Make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe to us. Honest to goodness, the recipe's right down there. You got all the goodness going on. Make sure you get all of our recipes on the Traeger app as well while you're at it. Traeger goodness right here, everybody. It's so good. Me.